Hey, you, I need you to hit the subscribe button below.
Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. I want to start off by saying thank you to all of our Booster Club members for your many donations and much more, your prayers. We visited faraway countries and strange lands. We've even spoken to dignitaries and were detained for spreading the glorious gospel in Cuba. The truth is that the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel were scattered throughout the world. Help us on our journey as we continue to raise up the nation of Israel. 12 tribes worldwide. Join or donate today. Shalom.
Laid out on the table? Yeah. You thought that Christ is a Caucasian, right? We don't even know who our God is, right? Keep reading.
The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib.
So an ass, a jackass, a donkey, you can take it from his homeland, his home, his crib, and you can lead it far away, right? Keep reading. And you can take it far from his crib,
but Israel doth not know.
And we don't know where our homeland is. We think our homeland is in Central America. We think our homeland is here in America. Some of us even believe that our homeland is in the island of Haiti, Hispaniola. So we don't know where our true homeland is. Some of us actually believe our homeland is in Africa. Which part of Africa? Let's get to Galatians 4 and verse 26. These two animals, it knows its God, it knows its homeland. Like I was saying earlier, a donkey, you can take it from his crib 3-4 miles down the road. It's gonna find its way back home. Right. But us, we don't even know. We don't even consider that our homeland is not Nicaragua, it's not Haiti, it's not America. Our homeland is actually in Africa. Which part of Africa? Northeast Africa, Israel, right. Jerusalem. That's our homeland. The Bible's even going to tell us straightforward. Read
the book of Galatians, chapter 4 and verse 26. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
Our motherland is Israel. Right. Our people, majority of our people ain't living in Israel right now because we've been cut off from that. Right now, and right now we're trying to get that back. Go back to Isaiah 1 and verse 3.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner,
right?
And the ass his master's crib,
right?
But Israel,
listen to this, right? Listen closely.
But Israel doth not know.
You don't even know that you an Israelite. Right. You had no idea until today. Keep reading though.
My people doth not consider.
We have never sat down and put our nationality on the table to consider who we truly are in these last days. A lot of us, we gladly accept. We accept these bywords. These are insults that's been handed down to us. Generational curses. We've been called what? Black. We've been called what? West Indian, Jamaican, all of that. Puerto Rican, Colombian, Nicaraguan. That's a slap in your face.
That's right.
We never even considered who we truly are. But we're here to tell you today that you're more than black.
That's right.
You're more than Central America.
Right.
You're more than a Haitian. You're an Israelite. We're going to prove it out the Bible. And then we're going to touch on some curses. Why are we in the lowest state today? How are we going to come out of that? If you got to go, you got to do your thing and go. But we're going to touch on some things because I see you got that Marine shirt on right there. How does God feel about you considering joining the Marines? Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing? What do you think? What was your name again? I'm bad with names. Jeremy. And what? Come a little closer. What was your name?
Joseph.
Joseph? John? Joseph. Well, how do you think God feels about that? Do you think it's a good or it's bad? It's good? Let's see, let's get a prophet. Let's see what he said about it. Because I know when you join the Marines, what they primarily, they're gonna set you up to is to indoctrinate you into the American way. You're gonna go to boot camp for 90 days, go through all the rigorous training, and then at the end they're gonna give you a little EGA like you got on your shirt right there. It's an eagle on top of the globe, and then it has an anchor on there, and that's bugged out in itself. We're gonna touch on that too. But then they're gonna play the music. It's gonna be a little song. It's gonna be like, I'm proud to be an American and all of that, because that's what they want you to do. But if you do go and join, this is what John the Baptist had to say about being in the military. We're gonna go to John 3 and verse 12. We're gonna see, is it good? Is it bad? That's up to you to decide. All we're gonna do is go through the scriptures, and we're gonna prove that you're an Israelite, and we're gonna touch on some laws, right?
The book of John, chapter 3 and verse 12. If I have told you earthly things.
Go to Luke 3 and 11. Because what you realize right now is that this is an army. You see us, we're in order. This is God's army being set up right now. There are many things that part of the American military will want you to do. Many things that go against God's laws. Like one of them, they're going to tell you to shave your face off. That's going to be a requirement of you to shave your face every single day. How do you think God feels about that? Huh? You don't know? Let's get the law. We're going to touch on some laws. Get the law. Let's get the law, because it's a law written in the Bible, God's law book, on how are we supposed to present ourselves. How are we supposed to bring our personal hygiene? Because that's the cop-out that they say in the military. A lot of us was in the military, so we know. A lot of us, we fought America's wars, all of that. We know all about it, right? This is one that a law that they got written on the books that they go against every single day. Read.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 21 and verse 5. They shall not make boldness upon their head.
So, according to God, it's against God's laws to shave your head off smooth bald. Did you ever know that? That's actually a sin. We should not shave our heads off bald. Continue, right?
Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
So it's another sin when you shave off your beard. You shave it off smooth. It look like you've been shaving a little bit. You look like a young man, but nevertheless, that's a violation of God's laws. Keep reading.
Nor make any cuttings in their flesh.
Now that's going into tattoos, because after boot camp, what do you get? You get tatted up, right? I don't know if it's still a big thing now, but you might not get it on your arm, a whole sleeve, but you'll probably get it on your chest piece, a big Eagle Globe and Anchor, U.S. Marines, Devil Dog, all of that. You might get that tatted on your chest. That's a violation against God's laws. So God forbid you join the military and you see a lot of your peers doing that, you'll know now, you've been warned not to go and get tattoos. That's a huge violation of God's laws. Let's get it. What is it in Luke 3 and 11? Is that what we want? These are some of the things that we have never learned. And then through a process of us assimilating into not only the military, but into the American society, trying to achieve the American dream, we've accepted these things and we turn a blind eye to God's laws. What we want to do today is bring you back to your biblical nationality, bring you back to God's laws. Because like I said earlier, what we're going over, this is not a religion. Because God never gave us religion. What did God give us? Pop quiz. See if you was listening earlier. What did God give us? He gave us what? He gave us laws. That's correct, right? Go to Nehemiah 9 and verse 13. That's the primary thing. At this point in time, when we received the laws, we already knew our nationality. We knew we was Israel. We knew we was Israelites, right? And then we got handed down God's laws, right? Go to Nehemiah 9 and verse 13.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 9 and verse 13. Thou camest down also upon Mount Sinai, and spakest with them from heaven, and gavest them right judgments.
Because what you're getting yourself into is almost a form of a religion. That's a way of life. That's a rigorous moral code that you gotta go live by. What do they do when you get in trouble in the military? they give you a non-judicial punishment, or they give you a court-martial. They have laws on a book that's specifically for you while you're in the American military, in the U.S. military. That's a way of life. What we have right here, this is a law book. This is a way of life. This is your nationality, right? So God never gave us various religions. He never gave us Baptists.
Right.
He never gave us Jehovah's Witness.
Right.
He never gave us Pentecostal, Catholicism, all of that. What did he give us?
And true laws.
And true laws. That's what God gave us. He gave us laws, statutes, and commandments to live by. Because you said earlier that you love God. Is that a true statement? Let's get back to John 14 and verse 15.
Bring it
and then
up.
we're gonna go to 1 John 5 and 3. Because if you truly love God, that's something that's laid out on the table for yourself. If you truly love God, you're not gonna shave the face. If you truly love God, you're not gonna eat the swine. If you truly love God, you're not gonna get the tattoo on your chest piece.
Right.
U.S. Marines and all of that, right? Let's see.
The book of John, chapter 14 and verse 15. If ye love me, keep my commandments.
That's all that Christ has been asking us to do from the very beginning, to keep the commandments of God. So these are 3 commandments you learned already. You learn not to get the tattoos, right? You learn not to shave your face. You learn when the scriptures is coming out to uncover your head. You learn that you're not a Nicaragua. Think about it. You ever seen what the U.S. military did to Panama? You ever seen the documentary Panama Deception?
Right. Check it out.
The U.S. military went over to Panama and decimated that place, man.
Right.
Watch, before you join the U.S. military, watch the documentary, The Panama Deception, and you'll see what they did to Noriega back in the day. It's mad wild that anybody in this day and age would even consider joining the U.S. military, right? But we're going to continue on. We're going to go all the way back to Deuteronomy 28, and we're going to go to you could go if you got to go. But remember these things that we brought out to you, all right, my man? All right? So get a flyer, get in contact with us. But we're going to prove to anybody that's on the sidelines listening, we'll prove it to you that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the children of the transatlantic slave trade, you are the Israelites the Bible speaks of.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.